live. Sweet. Thanks everybody for tuning in for another installment of Save the Bay's Breakfast by the Bay Fall Series, brought to you by 11th Hour Racing. Really excited to be back. Again, it feels like it's been a while since I've been in front of the camera for one of our Breakfast by the Bays. So hopefully we're starting to get some viewers. Really excited to be back. Like I said, my name's Captain Chris. In case it's been a long time for any of you guys seeing me, we'll reintroduce myself. Really happy to be back on another Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Remember, we're going live here on YouTube every Wednesday morning at 10. And in case you ever miss any of our live streams, in case you aren't able to tune in at this time, all of our videos get saved and uploaded to our YouTube channel. So they're all available to view whenever you want. All of our Breakfast by the Bays in this fall series, as well as what was going on in our spring and early summer. So all of those videos are there for you to take a look at. So please remember to find those whenever you need as a resource for you for all of this Bay-focused learning. So we're going to be coming all the way through the middle of December, December 16th. We're going to take a small break for the holidays, and then we'll be back in the middle of January. So stay tuned for any schedule announcements there. But like I said, my name's Captain Chris, here streaming live on YouTube for our Breakfast by the Bay series, and I want to revisit a topic that's kind of near and dear to my heart. So in case you haven't been able to figure out from our previous Breakfast by the Bays, I am a huge science nerd, much to the chagrin of a lot of our coworkers here at Save the Bay, which is saying something because in our education team, there's a lot of big science nerds. But as big of a science nerd as I am, I like to make sure that STEM education, that's science, technology, engineering, and math, strives to be as much STEAM education as possible. That's science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. So you may have noticed that some of the topics that I've brought to Breakfast by the Bay have been a little different than the usual, like animal adaptations, habitats, and things like that. If you look back at some of the old videos, we can revisit. I've talked about identifying macroalgae or seaweed, and not just why it's important to Narragansett Bay and the ocean, but how to press and preserve them and make art out of them. Also, you can go back and visit my video all about gyutaku, which is a Japanese art form called meaning fish printing, where you paint a fish or paint a shell and use it to make an impression of that animal or that shell, and you can make art out of those too. So I love any time that we're able to connect science to art, and which is why we're revisiting a topic that I love called Sea Shanties, which are all about our songs of the sea. So I wanted to come back to this and also just teach a new song, because our old video is still on YouTube. You can go look at it with 2 songs that I sang. I'm going to be sharing one more new one today. So in case you didn't see that video or don't know what a sea shanty is, I want to set the mood a little bit here. So all you can, I'll need you to do is you can just listen for a moment. If you'd like to, close your eyes and pretend you're on that sailboat. And I'll play a really quick shanty for you.
Now you're ready to sail for the Horn. Our boots and our clothes, boys, are all in the Horn. To be rollicking, randy, dandy, oh. Heave up, oh, heave away. Way, roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cable's all stored. To be rollicking, randy, dandy, oh.
Awesome. So hopefully that set the mood. You feel like you're on a ship, you're part of the ship, part of the crew, hauling on a line, singing a song. Some of you may recognize that version of that sea shanty, of that song, from a very popular video game from maybe 7 or 8 years ago. That is literally from the soundtrack of that video game. And it's not a song that was created for that game. That's a song that's been around for hundreds of years. That's a sea shanty that was used in the video game that was all about being a pirate down in the Southern Ocean. And so, like I said, these are songs of the sea and life aboard sailboats typically, although often they were about life aboard steamships when those were invented. So these were created and made popular mostly in the 1700s and the 1800s is when these were kind of in their heyday, although people still sing them today, but usually just for fun, or maybe you're on a sail education vessel or something like that. But these were created back when sailboats were the primary way to get around the world. So in the 1700s and 1800s, if you were in England and needed to get to Australia or needed to get to America, the only really way to do that was on board a sailing ship. And so you might go out fishing or whaling on these sail ships. You might be moving to that new country or something like that. So you might be out for not just days, but weeks, or months, or even years if you were a whaleman living on board a boat. It's a long time. And sometimes stopping from kind of port to port or different countries along the way to offload people and offload goods and pick up new supplies and pick up new crew and things like that. But sometimes you were out at sea without seeing land for weeks at a time. You can imagine spending weeks at a time with nothing to see but all the same people on board and all the same things to do would get pretty boring, right? And the only thing to keep you busy were all the ship's tasks, whether it was fishing or whaling, scrubbing a deck, hauling on a line, raising an anchor, things like that. And so to make these a little more fun, a little more interesting, these sailors created songs to sing along while doing these tasks. Not only did it make the jobs a lot more fun, but if it's something like hauling on a line where you need more than just one person, maybe you need 6 people, right? If 6 people are pulling at all different paces and different times, that line is not going to get pulled very easily. That sail is not going to go up very easily. So if you have a song to sing to and a beat to do those actions to, then that sail is going to go up much more easily. So what do? There's no beautiful speaker system on board these big sailboats, right? You can't Bluetooth to the speaker system using Spotify and your Wi-Fi hotspot to pull up some music. You had to create your own music. And not just create your own music with your voice and instruments, but sometimes they would write their own songs to sing about. And that's where sea shanties were born. So the sea shanties were usually about the work that you were doing, like I said, hauling lines and things like that, scrubbing the deck, the fish that you were catching or the whales you were trying to catch, the cargo you had on board, whether it was wheat or wool or bananas or things like that. You might sing about home, where you long to be going back to next year when you finally get back to home, wherever it was. Or the destination you were going to. Can't wait till we get to Hawaii, right? And see those beautiful palm trees blowing in the wind. Or the loved ones that you left behind. So these songs were about lots of different things, but it was whatever the sailors wanted to be singing about at the time. The other cool thing is these songs were often sung what's called acapella, which is just with your voice. You would typically have somebody called a shantyman who had a decent voice, maybe not a great voice, but probably the best on board the boat. And not just had an okay voice, but was pretty good at memorizing the lyrics. Because a lot of these are done in what's called call and response. So the shantyman would sing one thing out, and the crew would respond with their own lines. So usually the crew only had 1 or 2 lines to remember, and the shantyman had all the other songs. So that would be doing a cappella with just the voice. However, there were some instruments. They were usually small because you don't have a lot of space on board a boat, so you can't very well, carry a piano on board the ship. So there were instruments like a fife, which is basically just a little wooden flute, a drum called a balhran, which is of Irish or Celtic origin. You just hold in your hand and had a little kind of like a drumstick made of like bone usually or wood to play. A concertina, which is just a tiny small little like accordion, or it's sometimes called a squeeze box, or a percussion instrument literally called the bones that were often made out of whalebone. Today sometimes people will play something like the spoons. You can get bones that are made out of wood as well. Cool. So those were a couple different instruments that you would play. And again, typically it was just the shantyman that was singing and leading these. The other fun thing about these songs is that they were always changing. They're always what we call dynamic, right? Much like Narragansett Bay, it's always changing. So these songs, you might sing a song about herring, because that's what you're fishing for. Or your really mean captain, who's the meanest captain of all, right? But then you get on a new boat and you fish for something different. Well, maybe it's, shad or striped bass or something, or whale. Or you get on another boat and realize, oh, that last captain wasn't so bad. This captain's the worst. So we need to change the name of the captain in the lyrics. So the lyrics were always changing. So when we look these up, you might find different lyrics for the songs. But the song we're going to learn today is a song called Blow the Man Down. And there is a lyric sheet in the description below that you'll be able to download. So if you can't get to it now, you can revisit this video and download the lyrics later. And there's also lyrics to 2 other songs that Captain Chris taught in the last shanty lesson that he did months and months ago, back in the spring. There's also a link to a YouTube video of a better band with a better voice than me singing the song that we're going to learn today, and the 2 other songs from the previous lesson. So that's all there for you to revisit. So Blow the Man Down is a song that originated in the mid-1800s. And the phrase blow the man down is referencing a type of ship called a man-o'-war. A man-o'-war is not like a class of ships. It was just a type of very large sailboat with cannons that was typically a warship in the British Royal Navy. So that type of ship that you call a man of war was typically what's called a frigate. And they had very, very big sails on them and lots of cannons. And oftentimes, if you had a ton of sails up, right, and a big wind came that you weren't expecting, your boat might get blown too hard and could sometimes get blown over or blown down and partially capsize. And that's what's called blowing the man down or blowing the man of war down. So that's what it means when we say blow the man down in this song. The rest of the song is sung in the voice of someone who's returning to England from Hong Kong, going through New York City. Now we know they're coming from Hong Kong because they reference Hong Kong. And in the song, they reference what's called the Blackball Line. And the Blackball Line was a transatlantic sail company that had 4 ships that sailed between New York and London. So if we're referencing the Blackball Line, we know we're sailing between New York and England. And they also reference a captain from the Blackball Line, a notoriously mean captain named Captain Kicking Jack Williams. And they called him Kicking Jack Williams because if you weren't doing your work hard enough, he'd often give you a kick with his boot, right? So again, the lyrics are in the description below, but I'm going to hold some of them up to the camera so you'll be able to see. So I will sing along the very first verse so you get an idea of how the song goes, okay? When I'm holding the lyrics up to the camera, which I'll do a lot closer in a moment, you'll see that some of them are in all capitals. Anywhere there's all capitals, you can sing with me. So I'll be the shantyman and you're my crew. So I'll do the call and you do the response in all caps. And when we get to the chorus is all in capital letters. We're all going to sing that together. Okay? So that's how this goes. A call and response from the shantyman and the crew. So we'll do it the first time through. If you want to try the first time, you're welcome to if you think you might know how it goes. But otherwise, if you want to hear for the melody, you can listen close and then we'll try again. So we'll let this focus here for just a moment. All right. So it goes something like this. Come all ye young fellows who follow the sea. And then it's capital, so we all sing together. To me, way, hey, blow the man down, and pray pay attention and listen to me. Give me some time to blow the man down. All right, so that's how it goes. We're going to try this now, and you all can sing with me. Anytime there's capitals, you can sing along. And then when we get to the chorus, remember it's all caps, so we can do it all together. Here we go. Come all ye young fellows who follow the sea, to me way, hey, blow the man down, and pray pay attention and listen to me. Give me some time to blow the man down. I'm a deep water sailor just in from Hong Kong, to me way, hey, blow the man down. So buy me a drink and I'll sing you a song. Give me some time to blow the man down. And remember, the chorus is all together. Blow the man down, bullies, blow the man down. Way, hey, blow the man down. Blow him right back into Liverpool town. Give me some time to blow the man down. There's tinkers and tailors and soldiers and all, to me way, hey, blow the man down. They all ship for sailors on board the Black Ball. Give me some time to blow the man down. You'll see those poor devils, how they will all scoot. To me way, hey, blow the man down. Assisted along by the toe of a boot. Give me some time to blow the man down. All right, one more chorus. We got to go big here, everybody. Blow the man down, bullies, blow the man down. Way, hey, blow the man down. Blow him right back into Liverpool town. Give me some time to blow the man down. Awesome. Nice job. I think I heard some of you guys singing through the camera. So there are a lot more verses that are there for you if you want to download the lyric sheet. They're there. It goes on and on. What I love about this song is it sounds to me a lot like, as I have been learning it through the years, the theme song to one of my favorite shows, an animated show. Maybe they took a little a hint from this song in the style of this sea shanty. So if you listen closely, to me it sounded a little bit like, who lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob SquarePants, absorbent and yellow and porous is he. SpongeBob SquarePants. So they definitely sang that theme song in kind of a sea shanty style, at least. So that is Blow the Man Down. So remember, the lyrics and a version of the song sung much better than me are in the description below, along with lyrics to two other songs called John Kanaka and South Australia that we practiced in our last lesson. That video is still on YouTube, as well as better versions than I can sing of those two songs also. And what I love about this is, remember, the songs are always changing. They're very dynamic, right? So you can practice these lyrics and practice these songs, and hopefully we can see you the next time we're able to get together out on our boat, or maybe next summer for camp, and we can sing these songs together while we're hauling on the lines of our trawl net, or raising a bucket out of the water, or maybe we'll make you scrub the deck and sing along as well. But if you don't have a boat to work on, remember, you're probably doing all kinds of chores around home, whether it's sweeping the kitchen, making your bed, mopping the bathroom, stuff that could probably be done a little bit better if you had songs to sing along. So just like sailors getting on board a boat and writing their own verses, you can write your own verses of sea shanties to make your work a little bit easier. And we'd love you to share those with us. If you decide you wanted to come up with any lyrics, write them down, type them up, send them our way, and even better, if you feel like making a fool out of yourself on camera like Captain Chris, you can make a video of you singing them and share them with us as well. We'd love to hear what you're able to come up with. So that's all I've got for you today. Remember, visit that old lesson on shanties to learn 2 more songs, and make sure to tune in every Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. through December 16th to get some more Bay-focused learning in our Fall Breakfast by the Bay series brought to you by 11th Hour Racing. Thank you all for tuning in. This has been a lot of fun, and hope to see you all again really soon. All right, talk to you guys later.